My name is Matt, and you're watching SIW Outdoors at Stepped In Wood Outdoors. And today I'm going to talk to you about tractors and 3 things that you need above all else for your tractor. If you're new to buying a tractor, if you're just looking at them and you're getting pretty serious about it, there's 3 things you're going to need, so you might as well just go ahead and get them if you're going to get a tractor. Because you're going to be bush hogging, I'm sure, and probably tilling a garden. And one thing you need to make sure you do with that tractor is you need to make sure you keep this here radiator clean. Because if you're mowing and you're going through seed and you're going through brush and just everything's going to get sucked up in there. Take a little break, take some time to go out there and blow all that out, because some of these little tractors, they don't even have a temperature gauge on them. They just have a dummy light, and I mean, you might not even see that, and then you end up burning your tractor up. And even if it's under warranty, I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's been overheated, they ain't gonna cover that under warranty. So it's very important that you keep an eye on that and make sure that your tractor's running cool, and just make sure that stays clean, because that's very important. So get back to the 3 things you need above all else. One of those things is going to be a grease gun. You're definitely going to need a grease gun. You don't have to go buy one of these battery powered ones. You can just buy one of the little hand pump ones, and that'll do you just fine. But I'm doing a lot of greasing, so I went ahead and bought the battery powered Lincoln. Another thing you're going to need is you're going to need a good air compressor and a good wand, because you need a good wand to be able to get up in here and blow all this out. You got to have that. That right there is a lifesaver. I wouldn't really recommend using a pressure washer to blow all that out, because you can damage those fins, and if you do that, that's an expensive fix, and I just wouldn't recommend it. But sometimes you don't have a choice. If it's all caked up in there and you can't get it with air, sometimes you have to. You just got to be careful. So just keep that in mind. But as far as owning a tractor, the biggest thing is keeping up that maintenance. Going around greasing everything and keeping that oil changed. I changed my oil at like 150 hours. I know they say like 500 hours on these. I ain't doing no 500 hours. I'm in these engines enough to know that, no, you don't do that. You better be changing that thing at 150, 200, somewhere around in there. I wouldn't go to put that many hours. I don't care what the manufacturer says. Because you can't change your oil too much. I don't care what anybody says, you cannot change your oil too much. Because I have a power sports business on the side, and that's 99.9% of the stuff that I buy is from people that didn't keep up the maintenance, and now they're having to go buy a new mower or tractor or whatever. I mean, that oil is the lifeblood of the tractor, and that's something you need to stay on top of. And another thing, make sure to check all your lubricant, like your gear lube, and check your antifreeze, make sure it's where it needs to be. Also pop that cover off that air filter and take a look at it and see if you're needing a new air filter, because you don't want to run it with a bad air filter. It won't get the flow it's needing, and you'll be down on power. So make sure you keep an eye on that. And if you're bush hogging a lot and you're going through a lot of seed, keep an eye on that. Probably when you get done blowing your radiator or cleaning your screen off, it'd be a good idea just to check that air filter and see if it needs to be blowed out too. Or you might need to go buy a new one, just whatever you prefer to do. Another thing, on these cab tractors, you have air filters up here in the cabin. You need to make sure them are clear, or your air conditioner might start blowing hot on you. You can't figure out why. Well, them filters might be clogged up, or your condenser or your up here in the front might be clogged up, and that might be your problem on that. So that'd be a thing to keep an eye on. Better than trying to take it all to the dealer. You definitely can save yourself some money and some time if you learn a little bit about these tractors and how to maintain your tractor and what it's going to take to keep it up. And because these, let's face it, these are expensive pieces of equipment, and you want to try to keep it going as long as you can. And when you're out doing a job, you don't want to be down because you just overheated your engine. I mean, it's preventable. I mean, you can prevent it just by doing a little maintenance and just checking it, taking a break for a little while. I know you're doing it, and you want to hurry up and get done, but still, I mean, that tractor might not be that tractor might be ready to quit right then. So yeah, you definitely got to stop and at least blow that radiator out and take a look, at least make sure it's not all covered over with stuff. So that's very important. I can't stress on that enough. I've seen a lot of tractors burn up because people wasn't paying attention or they had no idea they were supposed to check it. So just make sure you keep an eye on that. And another thing, you know, when you're getting ready to start your bush hogging, you know, take your grease gun, go over your bush hog, and like my loader and stuff like that, I grease my loader probably about every 15, 20 hours. You know, if it looks like it's needing grease, it gets grease. I don't skimp on it. You know, just go around and check all your grease fittings and grease your bush hog. Just go over everything real good and make sure you got grease and everything. And, you know, do it pretty often on those casters on the rear of your bush hog. Just every time I mow, sometimes when I come in to take a break and you know, check everything on the tractor, I'll go ahead and grease them casters again, you know, up there in that pivot, because I mean, it seems to run out pretty quick, so it's not sealed or anything, so that grease can come right back out. And you want to make sure you keep that lubricated, because you won't have to buy that whole caster assembly. No, it's not good. Them things are expensive. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to touch bases with you on today. Maybe it'll save you some money, might help you out and give you an idea on what you need. But as far as a grease gun, a compressor, and one of these air wands, that's the things you really gonna need. I mean, I use this stuff more than anything with a tractor. And you're also gonna need your little toolbox, you know, with some basic tools in it, so you can maybe change your own oil. And another thing, yeah, speaking of the oil, you know, your hydraulic fluid and stuff like that, most tractors have like a view window on the back. Just go around there and take a look at that view window. Make sure you do have fluid on the glass and where it needs to be. And some of them have a dipstick. You might be able to check it by the dipstick. I don't know what kind of tractor you have, so you should be able to look it up pretty easy online and check, see how you need to do that. But it's real simple stuff. Anybody can do it. It's not rocket science, so you should have no trouble with it. Just refer to your manual, and if you don't have a manual, look your tractor up online, and just make sure you're doing what you need to do with it, and you should be fine. All right, well, I hope I helped some of y'all out, and come back, I'll be putting more videos out.